In this video, we will review the target features of the security policy recommendations for Exscudo users to implement, in order to protect Exscudo accounts and assets in possession, as well as corresponding hard and software infrastructure. Let us start with the objects to be protected. In short, these are hardware, software, and data that build up an infrastructure used to access Exscudo accounts and associated assets, such as Exscudo accounts, associated accounts, such as email or two-factor authentication accounts, devices and software in use, web services, internet connections, saved passwords, backed up data. A failure in delivering the protection may result in theft of assets, inability to access them, or a long-term suspension of access or transactions to or of one's funds. These risks are typically realized as a result of attacks, which, in their turn, are based on applicable security threats resulting from actual vulnerabilities. Vulnerabilities are the weak points that can be exploited to perform unauthorized actions. They may reside in a system's design, implementation, operation, controls, or management, and can be exploited in the framework of corresponding security threats. The very existence of vulnerabilities is caused by two major factors. 1. Human factor. That is, the imminent human quality of making unintentional security mistakes. 2. Technological factor. That is, the complexity of security maintenance of numerous devices, apps, and services used to operate an Exscudo ecosystem, and the consumerization of IT, bringing ease of use while sacrificing security. These vulnerabilities build up numerous security threats, or the potential scenarios of realizing the vulnerabilities. A realized security threat is an attack. Security means mitigating the risks, that is, taking countermeasures addressing two of the three outlined substances, vulnerabilities, and attacks. Countermeasures addressing vulnerabilities are proactive, aimed at preventing the damage. Countermeasures addressing attacks are reactive, aimed at minimizing the damage. There are many particular proactive countermeasures one can take, but mostly they can be summed up to a couple of basic principles. 1. Enable as many security layers to access your devices and accounts, Exscudo, or any associated, as possible to make it harder for attackers. 2. Stay attentive when accessing and managing them, to avoid social engineering and malware or spyware infiltration scenarios. 3. Protect the infrastructure with anti-malware solutions. 4. Backup data that can be used to recover access to devices or accounts when lost, to avoid termination or suspension of access. The same applies to reactive countermeasures. It is bad if the situation has got that far, but still there are options to minimize the damage. There is one key principle here: when your device is lost, account is stolen, or there are telltale signs of a risk, contact related service providers as soon as you can. There are the following service providers that can be contacted, depending on how you estimate the risks. 1. Exscudo. To suspend access to Exscudo accounts, or to block transactions. 2. Email service providers. To suspend access to email accounts associated with Exscudo accounts. 3. Mobile carrier. To block a SIM card if a device has been lost. These were the common explanations on the subject. For more details, attack scenarios, and countermeasures, check the related knowledge base article. You will find the link in the description to this video. Stay alert, stay protected.